everywhere.
There is a difficulty for 14 candidates to get their names out there and to get media coverage.
It's just over 2 months until Winnipeggers decide who the next mayor will be. And with the number of candidates vying for the spot, political experts say the race to the finish line will not be easy. It's a list that continues to grow. 14 candidates currently have their name on the ballot to be Winnipeg's 44th mayor. Some of the notable names are former Mayor Glenn Murray and current councillors Scott Gillingham and Kevin Klein. But U of M professor Christopher Adams says there is still time for candidates to make their mark.
We're still in kind of an early phase of the campaign, the summer period, in which with the summer period, people aren't really paying a lot of attention. And it'll be after the Labor Day that we'll start to really see things heating up.
Adams says there are several issues already at play in this election: the condition of the city's roads, crime, particularly youth crime, and the city's finances.
Where are the householders? And where those householders, where the voters are located, those issues will differ for for voters who live in apartments and condos in suburban houses, etc.
Back in October 2020, Mayor Brian Bowman announced he would not be seeking re-election. Political science professor Aaron Moore says not having the current mayor run again will make this campaign more interesting and perhaps more unpredictable.
We have some candidates that would normally be very strong candidates that may have a very hard time going forward. And I think it's also going to make it very difficult for voters to make decisions.
Moore says there are about 3 to 4 candidates who are considered front runners, but says it's important not to forget about the others.
There are other candidates like Rana Bakari and Jenny Mukluk that could play a pretty big role in here. And it's possible, depending on what becomes the defining issue, that they start rising to greater prominence in the election. The other thing they could do is drain votes from other candidates, which could also have a pretty significant impact on the election as well.
Adams says the civic election is not just about voting in a new mayor, but city councillor races are also important. Councillors Klein and Gillingham, who are running for mayor, cannot run for city councillor, so there will be 2 new councillors in the Charleswood, Tuxedo Westwood, and St. James area. But Adams is also watching another ward, which could be a highly contested race.
What I'm looking at is Minarski, and that's Ross Eady's ward, and he's being challenged by the person who had worked as his assistant, by Aaron McDowell, and so that's an interesting thing. He's the incumbent. Ross Eady's the incumbent. He clearly has an advantage. So I think that Minarski will be worth looking at.
Winnipeggers will head to the polls on October 26th. In Winnipeg, Alex Karpa, City News.